Why am I acting like I don't know how to work StreamYard on the computer? Been on the phone too long. Where's the remote? Good morning. Wee, 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 wee. Oh, Lord. Hey there. Good morning. Happy Friday. TGIF, whatever it is that you proclaim. Have it your way Friday. What we gonna do Friday? Hush phone. I hope that, oh my goodness, no. Everyone is having a great Friday so far. I was planning to get here earlier. However, I forgot I set up a 30-minute meeting with the my booking site because I wanted to make sure that I was getting uh the greatest bang for my buck. Because if I'm paying for something, I need for it to work for me efficiently. So I spent 30 minutes with the girl. I forgot her name. That is so rude. But hey, she'll be my coach for 20 days. That's a pretty cool aspect of the booking site. Shall see. Shall see. So I don't know if everybody's ready for Christmas, but it is what it is, I guess. I ain't really thought much about it. Ain't shopping for nobody. I ain't got no babies. So I really ain't got to do nothing. Hey, Atmosphere. How are you, sir? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, my homie. I was actually sitting here, laying here. Oh, you got time today. I mean, you try to be hip and cool or something. Kill me. You kill me. Got time for what? So I done been setting up my booking site. I'm trying another one. I already got the one, so I'm actually on two now. So I'm pulling out all stops because let me tell you, if I ain't learned nothing else, my knees is not cut out for Amazon. I'm already talking about I ain't got knees like Megan no more. They gonna have me having knees like it's my 600-pound life, and I've been walking on them all year. Oh my god! Like the strain on my knees is unbelievable. I don't even. I'm confused as to how everybody else is like walking out of there. Why is it me? Why me? I just don't get it. My knees be like a nice size cantaloupe, like a little small cantaloupe. And when I look at it from an aspect of my career versus my uh what is it? Means to make ends meet. I need to find another means because I can't blow my knees out as a hairstylist, you know. Hey Gary, what's up, bust it down, Brown. Bust it, bust it, bust it down, Brown. Yeah, I can't blow my knees out at Amazon trying to get a peanut. Like, and then be messed up trying to do hair because I am required to stand, and that's my primary career. So I'm having to like actually think, okay, what else can I do? So I'm not quitting Amazon. That's for sure. Not at this moment. Not before I try to find something else. So, or unless I become a housewife really quick, then I'll be good. But I'm actually looking for something else that I can do that's not extraneous, but still is overnight in a sense. Taking me too fast to say pause. Why you gotta pause? You want me to pause? Am I talking fast? I'm hyper. I think I'm still feeling the Christmas party last night. Yeah, I was cute too. Yep, I was. I got cute last night. Found me a little $14.99 dress, looking like $1,000,000 in all success. Yeah, baby. Nah, it was a good time. Like something different, something to do. Hung out with the coworkers a little bit, so it was cool. It says say pause. I have a million things going on. It was cool. It was at a bar, a little nightclub. I don't know. I guess a bar. I call it a bar. I wouldn't classify it a club, but they were actually having karaoke night, and yeah, we had the little gift exchange or whatever. I didn't get to get my person's. Oh, all the neat talk about Megan. Hey, I never had knees like Megan, so therefore I really don't want to blow whoever knees I got. I don't want to mess them up. um, yeah, it was a little. We had a gift exchange, and it was a $40 minimum. I'm like, who made this up? That's too much. I think people just don't make it a minimum. But I didn't get my girl's gift because I didn't know her, and I'm like, So I asked one of the other ladies what type of things she liked, and I decided I'm just gonna get her a gift card. But then I was like, I feel weird walking up in here. Shut up. And and I ain't say nothing but knees like Megan. What she do with her knees besides dance? And I ain't never known or seen her do nothing else besides that little dance move she be doing. She got some strong knees, but she's like half my age. Hell. Um it was our shop Christmas party, Gary. Yeah. And they when I got there, one of the guys was like, I picked your name, but I ain't have time to get your name, so I'm just gonna give you the $40. So I felt better about not coming in there without the girl's gift because I was stumped and I didn't have time to actually go before the party. So that's how that went. I didn't. I'll get her. Hey, just read my book. How are you? Yeah, I'll get her. But that was good. I could use that $40 for a little meal or something. So that's where I am with the work thing. I'm trying to get cracking with the hair. So I got on another booking site, and Amazon is kicking my tail. I am not built for that life. I'm not built for that life. I'm built for a lot of things. But Amazon ain't one. Okay. I don't even see how people do it. Honestly, I don't. Somebody just sent me a meme. Well, a reel rather. It was a factory, and it was like y'all be like this from on that 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, and everybody was on their machine sleep. I was like, I wish I had 11 to 7. That's even no, I don't. Hell no. 7 p.m. to 5:30 is enough. You know what, you little punk. No, that was the limit for our gifts. Supposed to be $40. Atmosphere. We gonna box. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna fly to Dallas and kick your. I got hands today. Ain't he showing out? We got time today, nigga. Okay. I can't wait. I'm gonna get you back for that one. Shit, I'm waiting more to man. If I ever become one of them, I won't be Amazon in here or nothing. Shake what your mama gave you. No, I'm just kidding. That would never be me. I'm a housewife. A stay-at-home wife. I don't want to call myself a housewife. Stay-at-home wife. Yeah. That has a ring to it. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a stay-at-home wife. What do you do for money? Everything. Favor. Why I want to talk about favor today is it's short and sweet, but I feel like it's a good topic. Um, Usually when last week when I was off from Amazon on my birthday, I got a room because I wanted to be on the ocean. So that's what I did for myself. Even though it was freezing cold, I just wanted to look at the water. So this week I decided again, I need a room because like with my knees be so sore, I need this like time and space to be able to actually totally unwind and prop my legs up and all that good stuff to try to get the swelling down. Because I be broke down, man. And it kind of blows me for the simple fact I work Saturday to Tuesday at Amazon. And in my mind, I could get off work, take a little couple hour nap, then go to the shop, get off and take a little quick nap, and then go back to work. It's not panning out for me like that because that tired be tiring. I be so tired that I don't have enough. Like when I wake up, there's no time to go to the shop. And then when I get when I get off Wednesday morning, I'm tired. Now I'm sleeping to the afternoon. But normally I can't walk. So hey Rachel. So I still need that day away from the shop or anything to even get my legs back moving. So it's like I said, this job is not helping me. It's hurting. It's helping me some with a little bit of money, but it's hurting me physically. So that's why I said I'm trying to figure this out. But yesterday, when I went on Priceline and I got me a room or whatever, and that's another thing. I can't wait till this place come because it's not my idea to be getting rooms like this. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I miss you, Rachel. I ain't seen you in a long time either. I ain't even seen you in nobody's chat or nothing. I just ain't even been able to come on. I be coming on at work and can't listen. I'll just type in the chat to some people. But other than that, I ain't even been able to be on here. But anywho, I was at the hotel. Collagen, alpha, lipid, and compression socks. These things are a must for you. I look into them, but I'm must trying to get about this job. I'm applying for the Marriott as a person at the check-in overnight. I need them benefits, friends and family. No, but I don't know if I told y'all when I went to the hotel last week that I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to get the friends and family rate, but I ended up getting it. The lady's like emailed her the paper and I never did. Boom, got out of that. She charged me. It was a done deal. So yesterday, that's a clip. That's a thumbnail. Put a pin right there. Now, so yesterday I went on Priceline. I found the room because man, yeah, yesterday was the worst. Like my knees been hurting this whole time, but yesterday I was kind of almost ready to go to the hospital because I understand, man. It was hard for me to do basic things with my knee. Like it going to the bathroom. I needed assistance. That's how I felt. I felt like I needed assistance. and it was just hard. It hurt so bad. But anywho, so I was asleep the next morning, and when I tell y'all, I was knocked the heck out. I was asleep so hard that I slept through the alarms and all that stuff. And then housekeeping was knocking on the door. And I got up and she like, "You checking out?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready." I was like, "I overslept." And she just looked at me. And I said, "I started working at Amazon and it's kicking my ass." I said, "I was just tired." She was like, "You want me to give you the 12?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I'll come back and knock about 12:15. Get you some rest, boo boo." I said, "I love that favor." And I think about that in itself. Like that lady, I mean, yeah, cool. You typically can get an extended checkout. Yeah, man. And that's not that's not a big deal or whatever. But I felt like the actual care that she had was the favor. I feel like if I would have been sleeping there at 1 o'clock, she probably would have left me alone. Girl, I gotta get something because uh we can't even sit, we ain't supposed to sit down or nothing on that job. And that's ridiculous that we ain't supposed to sit down. I think like every so often we should be able to take a little sit down for a couple minutes because it's a lot. But I look at the smaller things. I'm like, favor. That was favor. Most people look for favor to be something so big or, for blessings and things like that to be so big. But it's the little things for me. The little things. A lot of people be waiting on something to call favor and say, "Yeah, I got this. Favor ain't fair." Man, I got an extra hour and 15 minutes. And that was like $1 million to me. Yes, sir. 10 hours, 4 days in a row. And that's like, I either do inductor or I do wrangler, whichever one they put me on that day. I didn't. And it's the Wrangler one that messes me up. I really, honestly, I think that they should put me in as Wranglers. You used to work there, or somebody used to work there. That's the only way you know. Somebody. I mean, yeah, I think they should put me in on that Wrangler because whoever's doing the inducting, sometimes they don't care what they put in through that machine. And the girl I was working with that night, my knees got totally jacked up. She was fast, so therefore the stuff coming fast. So in the Wrangler, you got to get the stuff out if it light up, boom, you got to get that out and put a new tote in. It was happening so fast, I'm moving. And then she was dropping stuff in there that was so heavy, it was breaking the steel bins that they come into. And I'm like, some of that stuff is heavy. It's breaking the bins. Oh, those machines are fickle. They just snap back up. Ma'am, ain't nobody trained me to fix anything here. Number one. Number two, I'm not about to try to fix nothing and hurt myself. Number three, this machine is like $1 million. I don't have that. So no, if ain't nobody told me how to do something, I'm not doing it. And if you know how to do it, and since you want to keep breaking it, bring your ass. But man, she had me so mad because it would be like 3 items in there because it was so heavy. I would have to take it out. Man, that thing had to be about 50 pounds. Man, I ain't got no BTO. The other day I was so stressed out about going to work. I had to give myself an hour. I took like an hour and a half before I went in and I used like an hour. No, I used an hour of unpaid time and then I used 47 minutes of PTO. And I gotta use I only got a couple hours of PTO, but I'm trying to let it build up and see because I'm like I'm probably gonna split it between the 3 days I got left before the new year because we don't work Christmas Eve and Christmas. So I'm like, shit. I'm a I mean shoot. I'm gonna use an hour for each day or something. I don't know. But yeah, I can use that. But it's hard. And with all, like, I be so stressed out after getting off work and so tired and in pain. And it's like everything in me just want to quit, but I can't at this moment. But when somebody, oh, go and get you some rest, boo boo, that right there, it makes me mushy. It made me want to just cry a little bit because it's like you ain't have to do it, you know. She didn't have to do it. And I think we overlook the favor we receive all the time because we look for it to be so grand. We're always looking for that big thing for us, that big opportunity, that big, blessing. Sometimes it be a whole bunch of little ones that lead to the big one. That little rest was something to say keep going. But like I said, I know in my whole heart and mind that I can't keep doing this job. So that's why I'm getting proactive in looking into finding something else. I don't want to be a quitter, but I ain't about to kill. I'm not about to kill my body. I'm 51 years old. I don't even understand. I don't even understand how people just make a whole career out of that and just do it every day. People say, "Oh, you just got to get used to it. You're working muscles. You ain't never worked." Child, please. If that's the case, I don't want to ever get used to it. Exactly. If I keep saying I'm so tired, and then I don't recognize when somebody says, "Oh, get you some rest," then I'm crazy for real. It's a lot of things that we say that we don't pay attention to. Like we'll be waiting on something to be answered, and been answered so many times. Yeah, because the one my son worked at in Ohio, he said the robots take everything to the people and all that stuff, but he trained to do the job to fix the robots and stuff like that. He's done a lot of training. So I'm proud of him for that because he's sat down to do the training where they send them out to help get plants off the ground. So that's pretty cool. hmm There's always gonna be somebody needing to fix them machines though. So, well, maybe not because they can get a machine. No, because if a machine break. Like I said, they get a machine to fix the machine. That's one way, but they still gonna need a people. Now the rest of that stuff, they can go on and change it now. Cause I ain't, man. I promise y'all, I feel like if it made me bougie because I don't want to work at Amazon, I'm bougie as hell. I'm absolutely 150,000% bougie. It's ghetto. It's ghetto in there. I'm like, no. I'm proud of myself for actually doing it though. I really am. I really am. But I'm gonna stick to it for these next couple of weeks because this week I only got to work Saturday, then Tuesday, then Saturday. So we got a few days off, but then um yeah, I'll see you when I get back to that regular shift. If my knees still be like that, it's a done deal. I'll just go back to doing Instacart until I find something else because like I said, I don't want to cause um not bushy smart. What? Um I just don't want to cause no damage to my knees that will hinder me being able to do hair. So I have to make those type of decisions. If it wasn't me doing hair, I probably would be like bet, but I don't want nobody's knee replacement no time soon. I ain't been having knee problems. And yeah, so that's the gist of it. But here we go with favor again. What's bougie just smart? What's bougie? Oh, I'm not bougie. Just oh my god, something's on my screen. I'm not bougie. I am bougie. A little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm one of the guys. I'm cool as hell. But here we go. Favor. Favor comes just when you think that you don't have any options. You know what I'm saying? So when there's a lack, where there's a need, that's when favor will kick in. When you least expect it, you don't, it's not something you can just go out and get, find, grab hold of. It's literally another form of a blessing. And I think that when people say favor ain't fair, I think we might have talked about this before, how people say favor ain't fair, as a haha, I got it and you didn't. But I really truly believe that favor ain't fair. Yeah, maybe in that aspect, maybe. But wholeheartedly, I believe it's not fair because we aren't like worthy. You know what I mean? We're not worthy of many things, but yet and still we're granted many things. And that's the part I think people miss. Like, yeah, it ain't fair. It's not fair that even, okay, if I could laugh at somebody else for not getting the same favor I have, that means I'm just like them. Somebody can say the same thing to me as easy. Favor ain't fair, but it's right. It's right, but it's not fair because here we are. All of us are the way we are. We're not perfect. We're not, man, we're not without flaw, but we still granted favor. So it's not fair that a person who is constantly messing up, who doesn't always do the right thing, obtain these little, passes. But it's also a thing where, like you say, Gary, especially when you understand you can lose it. People do so much, so they do the most with the understanding that, oh, I got favor on my life, but they don't realize what happens when you don't get it. We don't get to be out here doing what the heck we want to do, how we want to do it, and expect always to just keep on getting that same, favor or whatever. No, we don't. Just like if we know we're supposed to be doing something and we continuously go in the opposite direction, just like the GPS, it's going to stop talking. And we're going to keep going in the wrong direction until we think back to where we stopped listening. I love that analogy because if you ever been on your GPS and say if you know another way or something like that, or you think you know another way, so you just go straight when it said go left, but you're gonna go straight because you know this other way. But what the GPS knows is up ahead, the way you know is probably traffic or something, road closed, whatever the case may be. And you'll keep going against what? Hold up. You'll keep going in the same direction for an extended period of time, and it might keep saying, make a U-turn. Turn left on so and so street. Make a U-turn, trying to get you back in the right direction. And you just keep going. After a while, the GPS kind of gets silent. I don't know if y'all have ever done that where the GPS stopped talking to you. Now you really don't know where you're going. But the moment you turn around and go back in 2 miles, da 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 da. Like that is like, man, it's just how many times have we ignored that turn? Hey Bolo. Hey Bolo Bolo Bolo. Bolo cheeks. How many times have we ignored that direction that said go that way. And then after a while, we didn't know where we were going because we chose to go our own direction. That is so, I don't know. Like I said, that GPS thing always gets me because I think about it in the way of what it, you know, think of the GPS as God speaking to you. God is giving you great instructions and directions on how to achieve something or get to the next space. And you you continuously going against the grain. You're continuously going against the voice. You're continuously ignoring your intuition, as most of us like to call it. And then we mad when things ain't going our way, when we're not getting where we supposed to be. But the goodness of God is when you turn around, he didn't leave you. He just let you do what you wanted to do. He didn't leave you. Soon as you turned around, he started talking again. All right, you finally listening. Let's go. Go this way. Go that way. That is like number one, a beautiful thing. Number two is, man, that's favor and grace in itself. And I think they intertwine. Yeah, we all do. I think they intertwine. They're synonymous to me, honestly. I think we get more grace than favor, honestly. But yeah, a lot of people, you'll hear people say, well, how do you know you're hearing from God? Listen to yourself sometimes. Sometimes we don't even pay attention to we think it's our mind. But I always tell people, like, I know it's God when he say something I probably wouldn't say. I need you to do this. What? Who said that? Why? I don't really want to do that. But I try, like, even like as I get older, I try to realize that in the past, I've always, hey, Marissa, in the past, I've always heard, but I definitely didn't always listen. I didn't even understand what I heard when I was younger. But when you know better, you do better. But unfortunately, even when you know better, you still don't always do better. We still will pick and choose what we want to listen to, pick and choose the direction we want to go. Sometimes we want to take the easier route. Taking the easier route will jack you up every time. That makes me think about Christian Keys. When I was listening to him, a lot of people giving him flack about, what's happened to him. And I think it's messed up because when it was Kiki Palmer, coming out saying what she said about her BD, oh my God, not Kiki, and he did this and he did that. And that woman showed us some still pictures of her seemingly flying over a couch, but not no pictures of him actually, what happened? What are these shots from? What was the action taking place that caused this to happen? Far as I know, she could have beat him up and he pushed her off and she fell over the couch. We're so quick to believe what women say, but then when men say it, they get a hard get flack for it. Oh, he's a man. He should have did this and he didn't do that. Oh, please, he just won't clout. Men get messed up like that all the time. And it's embarrassing, I'm sure. I've never been a man, don't intend to become one. Yeah, I just got short hair like a man sometimes. But yeah. But in my mind, I imagine it's very hard to say, hey, this happened to me. As a man, don't nobody want to admit no crap like that. But it's sad that our people don't believe truth. They don't believe the truth that comes out of some. They believe lies that come out of people's mouth, and they don't believe the truth of God. Most of us go against all of that. And the one thing that stood out to me about Christian, he's pretty dope. I follow him on Instagram, and his love for God. The one part of that, hey realist, the one part of his live, well, it was two parts in that live that really stuck out to me. And that's why I don't understand why people would be trying to say he's lying or whatever. We rather have faith in all these big wigs that we think are so great and grand when they really the devil. most of your favorites is the devil. But we'll have more hope and faith in them than God. And then when we hear one of them do something to somebody, oh my God, not them, touch not God's anointed. Miss me with that. But what he said was, number one, I knew that when I was in that room, God was watching me. He said he's strong now, or he's strong now because he know when he was in that room, God was watching him, and he was waiting to see if I would take those offers. Basically, he saw me remain integral. That right there lets me know he know what he's talking about. That's how you sell your soul, is when you give into that stuff. He said God saw that I didn't sell my soul. So we know you good. I mean, so he knows he's good. And the other thing that he said, no, that he did, I don't know, I know if Bolo's still here. I know you watched it. You did a video on it. The other thing that happened in that video is when he was talking, he was like, I just want to tell it all. I just want to say it so much. And then he went to start talking, but then he started praying. If you didn't if you love God and you know God, you know that's a person who is pulling on their inner strength to do something that's very difficult and hard, and to find the way to say the things that he's trying to say without saying what he can't say at the time. That part right there. And I'm like, that man has had probably not the most successful career he could have had he gone that route. But I love the fact that he's taking the route that God's taking him on. He's taking the scenic route. He's not selling out trying to get on top. Because as we can see in these last few weeks, everything up top comes down when you don't get it right. Yeah, I was talking about him. Everything that goes up wrong must come down. And the funny thing about it is the enemy will take you up real high. He'll let you go high. He know what's gonna happen when you get to the top. It's us that be foolish. Get you real high, get you on the biggest platforms, on the biggest TV screens, with the biggest television productions and all that good stuff, and building schools and harming girls and all that good stuff. Let you get real high and billionaire status. And then God snatched the rug from under you. And everybody get to watch you fall. Don't y'all know that happened to us? That's why we can't take for granted when God gives us grace, when he gives us favor, when he gives us mercy. People that deal with life like that, not just famous people, popular people, but any of us, any people who deal with life in that fashion, thinking that we can't be touched or we can't come down, and we're not grateful for every blessing that God gives us, he will snatch everything. And then we'll be sitting down saying, hey, the devil did it. The devil made, ooh, devil. Devil ain't did nothing. It was you placing man before God. And that's why a lot of people shook right now, because they place a lot of these men and women before God. So when they hear the truth, it sounds wrong. When they hear the truth, it's, oh no, not her. She's great. She does everything. He does this and he does that. No, that don't make you good, honestly. You can do a whole bunch of good things and have a black, dirty, wicked heart. That's why I say I'm most grateful for even the little things. I don't think I've gotten, hey, Selena. I know I haven't gotten to where I'm going. I haven't reached the levels that I'm going to reach. I will. I haven't reached those levels. Um, but I know that I'm not going to get them by taking shortcuts. I know that I'm not going to get them by selling my soul. I wouldn't, because I know as quick as I get it, the quickest it'll be taken away. We look to a lot of people and think, I want that. Some of these people, oh, I would love to have that. Where's so and so? These, for artists and things. Oh, I want my life to be like Beyonce. This is pissing me off that I'm saying all this, because I don't like talking about these people. What is going on? We sit here, we look at these people and put them on a grandstand and we want what they got. But just like, like if you wanted what I got, and I would say, honey, you don't know the price I paid. I ain't did nothing wrong for it. I'm the price I'm paying is hard work, sweat and tears, and obedience and those type of things. But you're hearing people saying, I've been offered this. Some people take these offers. So a lot of these people have done so much dirt to get to the levels they're on. But we'll sit back and watch and want that. I've always been the one that said, I don't like when people say, oh, I want to love like Will and Jada. Now look at them. Why you want that? What's on the outside ain't never what's on the inside most of the time. Oh, I want a power couple like Beyonce and Jay-Z. You don't know what them people do on the back end. How the success comes. Oh, Tiny and T.I. We want all this stuff that these other people got and it's built on shit. Like, yeah. As grown-ups, we need to be the ones that our children are looking at saying, I want to be like my mom, my dad, my uncle. I want what my parents had, but better if I can. But I would rather build off of what they did versus someone I don't know. I'd rather. And I think that's how you get to that level of receiving God's favor and his grace. By being, keeping your integrity intact. If I was less than integral, maybe I wouldn't get my little hookups on my room. But I do. I do. I mean, why not? Birds of a feather. and, and the sad part about it is, somehow, some way, I knew a lot of this stuff a long time ago. Nothing is new. This stuff we finding out now, everybody's shocked. I'm sitting back like, oh dang, they finally talking about it. It finally came to the surface. Guess what? It's more. It's more. And it's gonna come out. So everybody better get ready, get ready, get ready. God dang it. Cause y'all heart about to be, like he said, it will break y'all heart when y'all hear about the who. It's gonna break y'all heart. Somebody ain't gonna break mine because I ain't unsuspecting. That's how it's supposed to be, but this day ago, too many broken people in the home, so they will look in the valley rather the hills. Yeah, yep. I don't know. Like, I don't even know how we got here, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm gonna do. Press play and talk, and whatever the talk comes to be, that's what it ends up. I really just wanted to share about the favor I received at the hotel. An hour and 15 minutes more of rest. Listen, rest is precious these days. It's like $1,000,000. For real. But like I said, we so caught up on the trend of things, thinking that everything is so good. Everybody that's successful is just good people because they say they good or they seem good, they appear good. And we don't never know their dirty secrets. A lot of these people are, like we'll look at certain people, like, okay, the boy from what's his name, Bashiri Gray. He's coming out saying that Diddy and Will did something to him. A lot of these people will flip out, go crazy at some point, and we'll be looking like, oh yeah, say no to drugs, mental illness is real, never understanding that someone has traumatized this child at some point in his life, and he's probably doing whatever, or she is doing whatever they can to cope or to forget what happened. So what looks crazy to us may be that person trying to just save their own life. Maybe. We never know because we're not on the inside of these things that's going on. I had a friend inbox me last night. What do you think about that pastor? I said, same I always thought. I told you this 2 years ago, ma'am. Ain't nobody listens. Oh, there's more. When you sit up and you have a dream about something, and then you feel like you crazy because you don't know these people. Okay. I heard a lot, but I've had a few dreams, and I'm telling y'all, it's more. So get ready. If you think that's something, just get ready. And you know what? What's so sad about it being any preachers that's connected to this? The sad part is this. I've seen people say, "Oh, I made a post about this and that, but I took it down because I got convicted and da 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 da. The enemy is trying to take down the influence." And I'm like, cut it out. Why any God, first of all? Why we still think that the enemy is pulling people out and down? We have people running around, oh, it's the year of exposure for the last, since 2015. I've been hearing that every single year. And every single time exposure comes, oh no, not him. He's this, he's that. That's him. You can't mess with him. Well, which is it? The same people screaming exposure get bent out of shape when it happens, or be naive and just in disbelief. Like, dude, this is what happens to all of us. It's not just a preacher, it's all of us. And it's sad that the only way that that particular person would get a light shined on him is through Diddy being exposed. Hadn't Diddy gotten exposed, he would have kept going without nobody hearing anything. It would have still been the people out saying what they saying. Because I'm telling you. No, this year is true, apparently. Because people say it and it don't really happen. But people say it, Bolo, and don't believe it can be them too. You know, we say that with the expectancy to see, oh, exposure is happening. We use that as expectancy to see preachers fall, which we shouldn't be doing anyway. It's not my desire to see any of them fall, not even Thomas Dexter. I don't want to see him fall. I would rather him be an honorable man of God. Come out and admit your flaws. Keep it real. Receive your deliverance if you need it. I'm not no judge. I'm not God. But if you're doing things to this magnitude, then you need to make it right. But the sad part is that no other leader would call another leader out. They cover for years and years, knowing what's going on, knowing the dirt, knowing the dirt. I'd rather you just be like, you know what? I love God, but I messed up. I allowed myself to be um tempted, and I did those things. Or you ain't even got to admit to doing something. Be like, I effed up, y'all. I'm about to sit down. I'm not gonna get up here every Sunday and keep talking to y'all while I know I'm doing all this messed up crap. It's just accountability is shot. No one's accountable and no one holds anyone accountable. And then you'll have people saying, oh, that's why I don't go to church. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's some messed up people in the world. But it's sad that we have to look at these situations and make that kind of decision. Well, I was there. I think I told you that they strike. And if you was truly spreading the word of God, then why are you mad that someone shares your content? It's a sermon that everybody can see. Um, but see, people won't believe that, Gary, because they when they see the storefront, they think they don't look at what's not going on. They look at what's going on. Like, oh, you got a big house with some lions in the front of the gate and a car and child. One thing I know, my mama didn't raise no food, and I didn't understand when I first started feeling some kind of way, but I get it. I've been hearing horror stories about a lot of people for a long time. And like I said, this stuff is just, it's not new. It's like, oh, dang, I ain't think it would ever come out. Psh, no one would understand what it feels like to just dream about people you have no idea anything about them like that. But then not understand your dream, but be like, dang, what did that mean? But then when something happened, you like, oh. Usually for me, it's a dream, and then somebody else might say something. It's kind of like, oh wow, wait a minute. It always comes like that. People don't want to believe that people get words from God, and some people get it in part. No, I'm not a prophet, but any of us can hear from God. I think He's going to come and talk to the one who's willing to listen, and apparently the ones who's willing to speak up and say something. Because you know, yeah, if I didn't have a personal relationship with God, I would have stopped walking in my purpose. Exactly, and that's why I say it's kind of sad because I do have a heart for those that some people are just um searching for something. They're holding on to a piece of hope, and they find it in a lot of these places, and it's good. You know, they say the gift comes without repentance. It's not that these people aren't being fed. It's not that they're not getting what they need, but unfortunately, it's tainted by way of the vessel. And the sad part about it is they're genuinely seeking God, loving God, but when it comes out, those are the people who suffer. Those are the people who would then say, I'm done with this. If he did this, then it can't be a God or something like that. You know, those are the people when they tell us to go out and compel them to come, those are the people that are hard to reach after they've been traumatized like that from something like that. They put so much hope in a man that if he takes a fall, they can't separate themselves from that. Either they're not going to believe it at all, and they're going to ride that thing till the wheels fall off, or they're going to be like mad and don't want to do no kind of nothing. It's crazy, but it just goes to show how much we don't. I believe it's um some of us are just I don't know how to call it. Honestly, I don't. But they don't want to hear the truth. If the truth slap on the, I posted on Facebook yesterday. I said some of y'all would let somebody serve you piss in your Cheerios, and you'll still say it's milk. You'll still believe it's milk. And we know piss and milk don't look nothing alike. But unfortunately, that's how younger people can help you better. People get to see the difference. Yeah. Big only comes through God, and all things that are big ain't necessarily that big. You ever seen that? I can't think of it. That it's a meme. It's gonna come to me in a minute. It's gonna come to me in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot, and for me, it's hurtful a little bit because not because these people are doing this crazy stuff, but it's hurtful to me when I think about the people that are genuinely there wanting to just be a vessel for God, love God, and they're connected to something that's more than likely, man. Woo! I can't imagine. I would say out of all of this, the only thing that happens to me is I am a lot more. I pay attention to everything. I've seen videos where certain ones that are mentioned and their kids will start a sermon with a scripture. Yeah. And they'll read the scripture. Then they'll talk about a couple of sentences pertaining to the scripture. And by the end, they never really said anything that goes with that scripture. That's the stuff we gotta watch. Make sure they saying what they seeing in the book. They'll say anything and then be preaching a whole nother, most of the time throwing something across the pulpit at somebody who don't know. It's sneak dissing and all that type stuff going on. And it sounds good because it's a message. We all can relate to drama, what we got to say to our haters or somebody we feel trying to take us down. It all sounds good. We can relate to that. That's why we miss it. I ain't even about to go into the little kids that, never mind. I'm talking about not those kids, but the ones that are adopted into that family. Yeah. All I can say is search Michelle Loud. Search Michelle Loud. Search Michelle Loud. He got a story. And it's major. And it's a lot of them just like hers, too. But them would be the main ones hollering, favor ain't fair. Psh. Child. All I know is this. If if some if some Hollywood producer come to my church and lay hands on my pastor, I'm running out the door. I'm sorry, y'all. That video is funny. I was like, Jesus, what is he imparting in this man? I don't know much about church back in the day, but I do know you ain't allowed to do certain things. They don't just allow you to do certain things like, oh, you got a word. Come on up here. You better not walk your tail over there to no pastor trying to touch him. Staged much. The man ain't got a bit more power in his hand than any man. Please, I got more power in my hand. At least if I touch him, he probably would have failed. This nigga's shaking, looking crazy. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. That pissed me off. You can translate the word, but it's with growth. You will have discernment to understand the truth spoken out. Yeah, I understand that too, Gary, because like I said, I don't know the Bible like that, but I'll be speaking the word all the time. And it don't, yeah, you can find it, but what they be doing, you can't find what they said has to be. No, it might be in there, but it ain't what they said they was talking about. That ain't translation. That's foolery. That's trickery. Yeah, man, I'll be sending that video to people random. Yeah, witchcraft is very real. Very, very real. That's the manipulation right there. Control and manipulation. They can control your mind, they control your wallet and everything. Witchcraft, cult, whatever you want to call it. I don't really call it a cult, I call it witchcraft. And that video, did you see the one when they said her knees was messed up and she was talking about Serena Jakes walking after having knee problems, man. I don't know how I just seen that video yesterday, but I was crying laughing. That thing was so funny. Yeah, just standing there shaking. I was like, fall already, just fall down. He didn't want to mess up his suit. That boy. All I said was, impartation. What did you impart into that man? We know it wasn't godly. That was a crock of shit. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. That man started sounding like Medea. And God will bless you before your enemies. You know how I know? It say it in the Bible. It says here, prepare a table before me. What did he say? Prepare a table for me before my enemies. And he'll have to make them watch me. And they'll have to watch you eat. Excuse me. The Bible do not say nothing about eating at no table. That's the first thing you better stop. Y'all assuming because it's a table that there's eating taking place. It wasn't no feast. It wasn't no dinner going on or nothing. Y'all up here talking about, yeah, you prepare a table before your enemies. They gonna have to watch you eat. Cut the crap. Cut the crap. Cut the cat. It's people out here trying to get to the right spot in life and they following people directly going to HE double hockey sticks. And I'm not speaking of them in general. I'm just saying. People are going to follow some people to hell if they don't start wising up and taking what they quit putting so much hope in man. It's so much going on. It's not funny. It's like you got people out here playing, but then when the ones that are telling the truth speak out, oh, they don't dare false. They coming against touch not my anointed, do the prophet no harm. Guess what? If you believe in Jesus Christ, you are anointed. You have the anointing. So that means don't touch none of us. You can't touch me or her or him. It ain't got nothing to do with who's on the pulpit. His anointed. We are his anointed. It's like crazy. You either got people on here pimping people for cash apps, talking about God said, or you got the ones that's playing in our face like these people. And then you have the ones that are truly saying something that is true, but because they seem a little creepy or crazy, it has to be crazy if you in my mind like this. If I always be like, okay, God, don't make me nobody's prophet because I don't want to say those things. Now, if that was what I was called to do, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, with I would gladly do it. I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't want to do it. I don't want to be that person that says whatever it is that has to be said, no matter what. I question some people that have come out and, oh, Beyonce is this and this a portal, and it's probably a fact. I believe that too. However, I don't like when you don't call out that one. That's a big wig in the church. If you're gonna call out the secular people, and then surely you know about him, why you ain't saying nothing about him? If you're commanded to say what God says, then you say what he says. So when they get on here and tell you these people this and this is going to happen, and we be like, oh my gosh, he's crazy, da 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 da. Then when it start happening, nobody even think back to those people that been telling the truth. When stuff like this happens, it happens after many, many warnings. We get so many chances in life before these things happen. We just don't understand. I think it comes faster for some people, depending on what they're supposed to be doing. I don't know. But hey, watermelon. I feel like people that ignore warning after warning after warning, yeah, they take a public fall before everybody. You know, people say, oh, they should have went to them in private first. How many times, what was English? How many times do you know that maybe somebody did go to that person privately and they refused to listen? You know, we always assume when somebody say something about somebody that that person didn't go to that person first. We don't know, you know. But I'm a firm believer in this. If you can see it for yourself, if somebody say it, then you should be able to discern if it's true or not. Period. I know a story that I won't disclose on here. Oh no. But yeah, it's a mess. I know it has to do with cross dressing. And that's all I'm gonna say. And it ain't Tyler Perry. Anyway. I done came on here to talk about favor. And I done got pulled into what's going on in the world right now. I don't understand it. But hey. I am commanded to press play and talk. And if that's what needed to come out of this grill, that's what was going to come out of this grill on today. Stop looking up to these people we think got it made and be grateful for everything God is blessing you with, even if it feels like it's a little bit or not enough. Be grateful. People that go up high the wrong way aren't happy. Not a lot of them. And they're the ones that are, I think they just done. They're gone. They're lost. Reprobate at this point. They're not coming back. Some of our favorite people ain't coming back because they refuse to repent after so many years of warning after warning after warning. God's will be done. I don't pray anybody, especially myself, to have to go to hell. But if anything you do and is leading you there, then you might want to think about it. That some people say it ain't hell. Hell is just to put in church to scare you. Some people, I don't know if it's a hell or not, and I'm not trying to find out. I know they say it is, and that's good enough for me. I don't want to go there. I can't stand when it be 95 degrees outside. Shoot. Count your blessings. We are blessed. Even when it's hard, we blessed. Even when we don't have everything we have, well, we don't have everything we think we need in a moment. We are blessed. Even when we going through stuff that's so hard, it seems like we can't never get a hold or on top of, we are still blessed. I'm a firm believer in that, yeah, God doesn't put on us more than we can bear, but I also believe that He does for us the things that we can't. So if it's something that seems hard and He ain't doing nothing about it, that means you're capable. You're capable. Everything we need is inside of us. We don't pull on people for peace. We pull on our heart from God, peace from God. We don't pull on other people for joy. All these things that come from God that's already been given to us, we pretty much forfeit them to try to get it from somewhere else. Something you feel you need, you already had. We tend to turn to someone else. Definitely is a season to be appreciative. Yeah. I mean, that's why I say I know it's a reason, Gary. I mean, I always say that. Like, why am I talking about this? But hey, okay. If that's where we gotta go. I just don't stop the flow. I just keep talking. I ain't imagine I was about to talk about that, but because I really don't like talking about stuff like that. Like, for one, it makes me upset. It really does. But man, please. I'm scared of them people. No, I'm scared. No, I ain't. I ain't scared of nobody. God got me. But I just don't like the conflict that comes with it. You know what I mean? When people start to speak against people or say things about people that people don't like, then you start getting at those people saying crazy stuff. I ain't got time to be arguing with nobody churn over something that is probably true. No. I just like to stay away from it. But I see that the more and more I go in life, the more and more I have to say things that I don't want to say. And it don't happen that often on here. But it happened to me, I think the first couple of lives, man, something happened where it was just like this urgency to warn people that were trying to expose other people. God don't need no help exposing nobody. And it was a warning to people doing that doxing stuff. And that tripped me out. It freaked me out a little bit. I almost didn't want to go live no more because I'm like, if I'm gonna keep having to do this, I don't want to do it. I'd start crying everything on the thing. I'm like, hold on, what is this? What is this I'm feeling? This ain't. Ooh. But I always say when something like that happens, you know when it's God because when your tears aren't your own sadness. It's almost like you can feel like this is breaking God's heart. And that's why you're crying, in a sense. It's like God crying through you. And I don't like that feeling. Yeah, he can. Now, I do believe there are people that are supposed to be, part of that exposure. He uses us in all different types of ways. But when you start trying to do it for yourself or for your own personal reasons, if you're not doing this to benefit somebody and you're not really called to do that, you ain't gonna do nothing but set yourself up for backlash and warfare that you're not probably equipped to handle. We like to touch on a lot of things spiritually when we aren't equipped. Honestly, like I said, that's probably deep for some people, but we can't even really pray. Like, you can pray for everybody, but there's certain, like, for instance, my sister, the one that was in the situation. I already told y'all this before, when she asked me to come over and pray at her house, and I carried my tail over there and prayed, and almost like in the middle of the prayer, I stopped, and I'm like, get out. That wasn't where I was supposed to be or what I was supposed to be doing. Because whatever was going on over there, I wasn't equipped to handle. So I got my tail out of there and I prayed in the way I could. A lot of us try to pray on a level that mostly what we see other people doing. Not all of us, I'm just saying. A lot of times people out here praying for people in ways they think they supposed to pray because this how so-and-so pray. Copycat prayers. How that help me if you copying somebody else? Or how does it help me if after you pray, you're going to go home and then you're going to be under attack? That's why I got out of her house. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that. Psh. Man, when I first started ushering, it used to be like all types of stuff used to be coming at me. I'm like, man, I just don't know. Yeah, God is the only person that exposes anyone. So when someone comes and exposes someone, I'm going to automatically assume that God told them to do it. And if he didn't, woe unto them. Better not be playing and lying on God. They better not be lying on God. You might get in trouble. You double for your trouble, all right. Get ready, get ready, get ready. It ain't even funny, but some of this stuff is just tickling right now. I don't know if it's the. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Shut up, Jamaica. Just shut up. And I will. Anyway, I guess that's my time. I'm going to come to the end of this conversation because, yeah. hmm I don't want to have to say anything else, and I don't want to say anything else crazy for myself. So, yeah. People play on God's name like it ain't nothing. Yeah. Because they don't believe fat meat greasy. They don't believe fat meat greasy. But they gonna learn. I don't know. I have that fear for God. People like, oh, they say you ain't supposed to fear in the Bible. How you fear God? It's two different fears, boo boo. There's a spirit of fear, and then there's the fear like you fear your parents. That's a reverence, a respect. That's the fear we have of God, not scaredy cat. The fear of knowing that my mom can, when we did something bad in life and our parent was going to get us when we got caught or if we got caught. That type of fear. Like, oh, shoot. I don't want God to get me. It might look a little bit like a lot of stuff we seeing right now. But I'm going to try my best to be a good person. The best person I know how to be. I'm going to try to love like God commands us to love, which means I have to love everybody. Mm-hmm. That don't mean I got to come over your house, hang out with you, call you, talk to you, or nothing. I love you. Period. That's what's missing in the world. Love. Hey, Diane. Hi, bye. Hey, chat. We'll see you later. Instead of exposing, let's continue to help those who are looking for help from us, normal people. Be available, not knowing someone may need us and appreciate God. Exactly, Gary. No. We all are here for a reason. I told y'all we here not for the things we go through is not for us. It's to build our testimony, and the testimony is to help others. When we tell our testimony, you're just going to be sharing a memory, but for somebody else, you're going to be freeing them, giving them away, helping them to know that they can make it out. You're the poster child of you can get through this because I did. You can handle this because I did. The same way I was when I had the issue with my anxiety. Me confessing that I overcame it caused me to be able to help someone else that I'm still good friends with now. We ain't got just one testimony, we have several. Many people aren't even willing to share their testimony because of fear and shame and guilt and all that stuff. We got to get free from that so that we can start really truly helping people and stop not believing people when they do tell their story. Let their testimony be their testimony and let it go out to who needs to hear it to get that help. When that man spoke out the other day, he might have gave someone else wings to finally say, this has been happening to me. Because it ain't right and it needs to stop. Don't think about the one that didn't take the offer. Think about the ones that did. The mental state. We can hear somebody get on here and say, yeah, God did. Sir, ma'am. Quit following up behind that man. He not talking about your God. Our God. But if you want to think so, go ahead. We see Brother Love change his name and come out talking about, ooh, I felt the spirit on that. I was watching him one day. He said, he said something about the spirit. I said, boy, slap yourself. Please. Slap yourself. Please. I don't know. I just think we all should grow up and start finding our true identity so that we won't be caught up in this mess when it goes down. We're not so invested in people that we lose ourselves because they lost. I know who I am. I don't care if you shake my pastor down and find some dirt on him. I'm going to remain who I am in God. I'm not going to fall off because he fell off or got knocked down or whatever you want to call it. Because I still got to do what I got to do in my life. I really do. Just can't put that much. I love them to death, but I don't love them enough to be blinded by some crap and be like, oh no, he wouldn't do that. I'm not saying my pastor did anything. I'm just saying if that was to come out or, something crazy was to come out, I ain't going to be like, oh no, not my pastor. If I find it to be true, then I know who I am. I'm not going to run away from God. I'm not even going to run away from church. I'm going to find another church. Like, let's try this one. No, I'm just kidding. But I pray that everyone has a great rest of your Friday. I don't know if you guys are gonna do a little happy hour or something. I don't know. Me myself, I supposed to be ready to go get my life started. Get out here and go to the shop, and I'm supposed to be doing 4 deliveries if I can walk right. Because you get an extra $46. I can use that. Yes, I can. But yeah, I'm glad I was triggered to talk about my little favorite spell yesterday. and how it goes. And as always, I hope that something I said resonated with you, was an encouragement or help in some way. Even if it wasn't, maybe you heard something that can help someone that you do know could use the anything that I said. Share it with them. Sharing is caring, they say. And yeah, man, y'all can hit the Cash App. I'd love that. But exactly what I say every single time, that is not the most important thing. But to hit the like button, share, and subscribe is. Tell a friend, bring a friend. I appreciate y'all for allowing me to share my meek talk for today. We have to grow and not be grown. It's the reason God and our parents always see us as babies. Yeah. And I'm going to catch Gary's replay while I'm in the car. But, Brother Bussett. Oh, Jesus. That is funny to me. And I don't know, y'all. I just feel the need. I'm a transparent person, and some people don't get it why. But for myself, transparency is another part of truth. You know what I mean? If I tell my story and how it is, it might be somebody else out here that's working at Amazon that might have an encouraging word for me that might be like, this is what you can do, or don't give up, or girl, get your tail up out of there. I don't know. I don't live a secret life. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna tell you my innermost personal secrets. I'm not gonna tell you all my business, but life is life and it be lifing. So when it's lifing, I share it. As is, transparently. No one can change your truth. You know what I mean? Whatever you feel like you're wanting to say or choose to say, you can. Especially when it's all for the good. Y'all my people. When I talk to y'all, I come up with solutions. We come up with solutions in a lot of our conversations, whether we stop and pray for each other or whether we joking with each other. It is what it is. All love. So having said all that, I say again, I pray that everyone has an amazing Friday and the rest of your weekend. I don't know when I'll be back, but I pray God's blessings over your lives as you come and go over the weekend, your safety, your protection. I pray that you learn something new every day that you can use and apply to life and share with someone else so that we can grow. I pray that we receive everything that God has for us through prayer. I pray that all is well with everybody in health and mind, that no one is feeling any kind of way in their mind that they can't, see before them. I just pray that everything that is unclear becomes clear. Yep, I pray for clarity for each of us. I pray for everybody to become stronger, to become wiser. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. 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 I love y'all. Bye now.